Hermes, Hestia, thank you both for coming in today. I know these evaluations can be a bit tedious, but they're pretty necessary to maintaining a healthy workplace environment. Anyways, sorry about my office. Some blood everywhere. Getting your liver eaten every day kind of makes a mess. So I chose to evaluate your performance this quarter together. Because Hermes, I know as the messenger god, you do quite a bit of traveling outside the home, and you know how to talk to mortals. And Hestia, you're the goddess of the hearth, so you spend a lot of time at home, and you understand what the mortals want. I thought this group evaluation could help highlight, the sort of different roles you perform in Mount Olympus. So, do either of you have any references that can vouch for your performance?
I do. I'd like to call on my dad, Zeus.
All right.
Hello there.
How's it going, Zeus?
Doing well.
So, how trustworthy would you say Hermes is? His position in Mount Olympus, it's very important. And, the mortals gotta trust whoever is chosen to be their sort of messenger.
I would say that Hermes is very trustworthy. I mean, he is my son after all. He's the one I trusted to deal with Argus, and he's still the only one that I trust to be my herald, my charioteer, and my cupbearer. That's it.
All right, sounds good. How about you, Hestia? Do you have anyone you'd like to bring in?
Yes, I'd like to call on Dionysus.
Hey, Dionysus, how's it going?
Pretty good.
All right. So I have one question for you as Hestia's reference. Why do you think Hestia gave up her seat to you on Mount Olympus?
Well, I mean, honestly, Hestia knew the humans well enough and realized there had been a cultural shift. She had been comfortable stepping down as an Olympian because she knew her place in the hearth would always be important.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for your time. All right, so I'm looking at your guys's quarterly reports here and some very impressive stuff. So I'd like to ask you both a few questions about them.
All
right. So first off, Hermes says here you said something with Apollo. You charmed his cattle you charmed Apollo after stealing his cattle. Want to tell me how that went down?
Yeah, so I was just born. Took me like 5 minutes to get really bored. So I went out wandering, found his cattle, proceeded to take them, ate two, sacrificed parts of them. And then when Apollo found out, he was not very happy. Couldn't tell you why. So I used a turtle that I found, made a wonderful lyre that I just made, and played him a lovely tune. And he loved it so much that he let me go.
All right. Well, very interesting story. Let's see. Hestia said here you took a vow of chastity earlier. Want to explain the logic behind that?
Yes, so Apollo and Poseidon both wanted me for their personal reasons, I guess. And I didn't want to cause a war or any sort of tension on Mount Olympus. So I took a vow of eternal virginity on Zeus's head. And Zeus was so impressed with it that he gave me the hearth because it was a central place in the home.
Well, you know how those gods can be pretty, some horn dogs. So Hermes, see you learned how to perform prophecies with some dice.
Yeah.
It's something that also involved Apollo. You want to tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, it was actually right after he caught me stealing his cattle, and after I played in that lovely little song, kind of both discovered a love for music in that moment. And so I gave him my lyre, and in return, he gave me my staff, and B, he made me promise that I wouldn't steal his stuff ever again. So I did, and he told me how to use dice to kind of perform a little bit of prophecy. Just small stuff, but it's enough.
Yeah, yeah. And so again to Hermes, Zeus sort of mentioned this earlier about Argus. Says you managed to kill a giant. So how'd you pull that off? You know, we've been having trouble with Argus for quite a while.
Yeah, well, Argus, I kind of just walked up to him. He wasn't really too wary of me because I'm just the messenger. I was just chilling there, and I started playing some music, and he found it really relaxing. Apparently, he fell asleep, and Zeus asked me if I could do him a favor because Argus was kind of impeding him. So I stabbed Argus when he was sleeping, and then off Zeus went.
All right. All right, you gotta think smarter, not harder.
Mhm.
Quirk to being a trickster. So Hestia, why does the donkey represent yourself?
So once I went to a party on Mount Olympus, and it was really boring. So I decided to go into the woods, and I fell asleep there. And Priapus, who was drunk, came upon me, and naturally, because he is an idiot, decided to rape me. Luckily, a brain donkey woke me up in time, and I was able to fend him off. And the rest of the gods kicked Priapus out, and ever since, donkeys have been celebrated because of their protection of me all those years ago.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, so Hermes, I see you operate that sort of ride-sharing business to the underworld, sort of on the side. You want to tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so whenever people die, or mortals specifically, they tend to hang around a bit. They're not really sure where to go. So I give them a fair bit of direction. I take them right on down to the ferryman. Give them a one-way trip.
All right, it's very, very generous of you. Let's see. Hestia, you're the goddess of the hearth. So enlighten me, what exactly is the hearth, and why is it a big deal?
Well, the hearth is the center of the household, and it's where food, the heat, and the light are, and it's the driving force of the household. Everything revolves around it, and nothing would exist without the hearth.
All right. Very central to the mortals.
Exactly.
So Hermes, I saw you collaborated with some other gods on sort of the Pandora project. What? I saw you gave her a lying tongue and deceptive heart. May I ask why you did that?
Well, I was just kind of following orders there. Dad asked if I could make her pretty untrustworthy. So I did as he said, and I gave her lying tongue, deceptive heart.
All right. And curse upon the mortals. So Hestia, I think it's gonna be my last question here. The mortals often refer to you as the first and last goddess. Want to tell me why that is?
I was the first child of my parents, Kronos and Rhea. And then, as we all know, Kronos decided to swallow all of us. And Zeus, the last child, freed all of us. And so we all came out in reverse order. And so I was the last to come out, which is why I'm known as the first and last goddess.
All right, yeah, so those were some crazy times.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, well, it's been great talking to you. You've both done some very impressive stuff this quarter, and I look forward to your next evaluation. I gotta go. My 5 o'clock and Eagle's gonna eat my liver, and talk to you guys later.